And there you see Frank the Crank on the left, Binky Jones on the right. And, well, I guess maybe the height won't be as much a differential, only a 1-inch giveaway. He has himself as 5'10", that being Binky Jones. We got him at 5'8". Big difference here is the cage experience. Binky Jones, 14 professional fights. Camacho, only 5.
With the shape that Binky Jones appears to be in, that could be a big, big problem for Camacho.
Big test for Camacho as a 19-year-old. This is, like you said, the perfect fight for him.
And again, I think weight is playing a factor here. It's going to make him a little bit stronger, a little bit, the base a little bit harder to maneuver if you're Binky Jones. I really think it's going to have a big impact in this bout.
And these are two stand-up guys. You saw that real nice hand tag there at the beginning of round 2.
Now right here, it looks pretty clear to me that Camacho's looking for the takedown. He's throwing no jab. He does throw some counter shots there, but he stood tall in the pocket, and he's closing the distance. It doesn't look like to me he wants to strike for very long, but we'll see.
Binky Jones does list boxing as his stand-up discipline.
Now Binky shoots for the single. He probably is going to transition to a double or use it to trip and just dumps him over. Now, Crank trying to get his hips up from underneath, but Binky does a good job, passes over the right side, and amazing for Crank to get his hips out from underneath and turn over while getting his right hand straight. Binky, left hand straight.
Looks like Binky's trying to employ your strategy of wearing down the Crank. Perhaps he saw that the Crank was breathing through his mouth at the end of round 1, and so he's going for the takedowns and realizing that the gas tank might be his best strategy.
Maybe. It's hard to tell exactly what Binky sees in there. But to me, going for takedowns like that, if he continues to do it, even though their trips off the single are still very taxing on the body.
And I think we got the answer to the blood issue in between rounds. I believe it is a cut over the right eye of Camacho. And yeah, I think that's when they put the end swell on there. It actually took care of the cut, but we'll see if that gets reopened.
Binky keeping his hands down when he throws the round kick to the legs. Got to keep that hand up. The counter, whatever side they kick on, you throw the opposite straight.
Oh, big right. It's over. It is over. Big right. And they had to put Camacho off.
Times.
Wow. The big right hand at 1:36 of round 2. The Crank Camacho taking Binky Jones out.
A timed right hand on the left from Binky, I believe. I want to see the tape again. But fantastic power, put it right on his chin. Binky had his hands down. That lead hand was low. He wasn't working the jab effectively. And Camacho made him pay.
Frank the Crank Camacho knew how big this fight was for him. He knew how many eyes were upon him. He knew that Binky Jones was a serious test. And here it is.
That was just the right. Binky is clearly out. Excellent stoppage by Fernando Yamasaki. Binky was done. Let's see this again. You see, look at Binky's left hand, throws the jab, lazy jab, doesn't retreat it properly at all, and Camacho makes him pay with fantastic timing and brutal knockout power.
As he tried to pull Camacho stepped forward just a little bit, then he turned that light switch off and he backed off.
And I also wonder in the jiu-jitsu department, if they did that to throw off Binky, Lloyd Irvin jiu-jitsu grapplers have gone